This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit, so you can push your gameplay beyond performance with Intel Core Ultra processors for the next era of gaming. Upgrade to smooth, high-quality streaming with Intel Wi-Fi 6E and maximize game performance with enhanced overclocking. Win the tech search. Power up at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. When it comes to Mother's Day, at Ritual, we believe in giving her flowers. But are flowers what she actually wants? We asked around, and flowers are fine, but most women would prefer science-backed gut support that never wilts. While we're at it, throw in Stress Relief, our chill pill designed with clinically studied forms of ingredients to reduce daily stress. Did we mention that all of our supplements are clean, vegan, and third-party tested for heavy metals and microbes? Because if you ask us, the thought counts, but traceable science and sourcing count more. Find your Ritual. Get what you really want this year, whether you're a mom or not, with 40% off your first month at ritual.com/podcast. That's RITUAL.com/podcast for 40% off your first month. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
KFAN and Sukup Manufacturing bring you Fan on the Farm. Starting May 19th, 9 to noon, we'll be taking your tractor talkbacks. Each day, one farmer will be chosen to receive a Sukup prize pack, including a Carhartt cooler and a Brewmate Growler Canteen. Rawr. Get the full details at KFAN.com/farm. Sukup Manufacturing Company, helping farmers feed and fuel
Thank you,
the
Sukup.
world.
Yeah, I go out to Farm Fest, and Sukup's a big part of that. That's cool. I like that. Nice job, everybody. Good thinking. You guys want some news?
Yes.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
Thank you, St. Paul Saints. They came through in the clutch with a 13-10 win over the Buffalo Bison.
My goodness.
CHS Field, Mickey Gasper hit a walk-off 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth. Isn't that the second day in a row that happened? Anyway, 18-14 Saints send Marco Rea to the mound against the Buffalo tonight down at CHS Field. Head on down to CHS Field. Let's see some baseball. Get your tickets to saintsbaseball.com.
Hell yeah, man.
You heard what I said.
I did.
Thank you.
And also with you.
Minnesota officials say they will be holding lotteries for cannabis licenses next month. The Office of Cannabis Management announced there will be lotteries for 3 categories on June 5th. They include cultivator, manufacturer, and mezzo business. OCM will also hold a retailer license lottery on the same day for social equity applicants. So there you go. It's happening slowly, but, smoking all that dope slows you down.
I mean, honestly,
they could not have butchered this anymore.
I know. It really, and we all know what I'm talking about when I say there are reasons that we're all interested, some of us more than others. And it's just been like, I give up.
Yeah. Well, and it's there's other states you can follow, and Minnesota still finds a way to butcher it.
Like, it'd be one thing if we were the first and we're just trying to work out the kinks. Like, this is...
Yeah.
I mean, this is brutal.
Yeah.
Same thing with
Lola.
Same thing with sports betting, right? If it's like, well, we still need to study this or look into it. There's 40 other examples of what's worked and what has not worked. There's no more excuses.
This was mistakes, though. This was ineptitude and incompetence for the
Meat sauce
OCM situation with the weed.
How bizarre.
Sports betting's 100% political. 100% political. Yeah. That is the only reason we don't have sports betting is politics, not for any other reason. And when they say it's because of other reasons, they're being dishonest.
That's right. You are correct, sir.
Yes.
You are correct, sir.
More like the Office of Cannabis Mismanagement.
There you go. Hey-o.
Yeah.
Wow, Corey.
I think I would have liked you better before Y2K.
Simon Cowell. I think I would have liked him better if he was on the Titanic.
Oh, my gosh.
Jeez.
Zach, you meant that in a heroic way. He believes you would have saved the most people possible.
We would zero chance. Like we did if you were on it.
You know
I would have saved Leo, and that's it.
You know how little I was listening? Because I was looking at what next story I wanted to do. I thought you were talking to Sauce. I really did. Anyway.
So you, for the record, you don't want Zach to die on a sinking ship.
No.
But with Sauce.
Right. Right. You know how many kids he could have saved on that head of his?
Oh, my God.
I would try it. I would have tried to save all of you.
Your hat would have been a lifeboat.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So all of us are on the Titanic.
Yeah.
6 dudes.
Okay.
And you would have gone out of your way to try to save 5 other men.
Well, I would. John doesn't need saving. John can save himself. Hockey back then would probably be dressed like a lady because he really wants to wear a skirt.
Why in the hell would I be dressed like a lady?
I don't know, because you want to wear a skirt.
Trying to bang your way to the first class.
Parrish
Like your
would be
French.
just fine.
That would have been a great bit, though. Is Hawks on the Titanic dressed as a lady, trying to make his way to first class, ends up on a lifeboat as a result of it.
Save the women and children.
Me first.
Oh, this is where I go.
Why does this woman have an erection?
It's cold.
They would think that's the rudder. They would be using it to steer. You'd be like, oh.
No, with water that cold, they wouldn't have known I was a man.
What a brilliant line.
Pope Leo the 14th
Great transition.
is starting his papacy with his first mass, attended by cardinals, Larry Fitzgerald Jr.,
Kyler Murray.
from around the world on Friday morning at the Sistine Chapel. Those in attendance will include a lot of people who were contenders for the papacy.
Awkward.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Louis the 14th.
Yeah,
Leo
Sauce,
the
of course,
14th.
they have to choose the name, Sauce, right? You don't just pick your normal name. You got to change your name.
Yes,
if you
sir.
were the Pope, what would you change your name to?
My Pope name?
Yeah, what's your Pope name?
My Pope name would be Pope John Wayne
Gacy?
the
Oh, my.
88th.
Oh, my God, that got weird.
That almost
Yeah.
No, not John
That was
Wayne
going down
Gacy.
dark path.
That's weird.
Pope Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Pope Dusty Trunks.
Pope Arthur Morgan.
Yeah. Oh, don't say it.
Lord.
I know, I did it. I
just
did it.
ruined
I was
John's
having
Friday.
him right
Actually,
there.
he died, so he's Saint Arthur Morgan now.
The
And
second.
also with you. Let us take a moment of silence for our...
R.I.P.
Simon Cowell
Thank you.
says a couple once offered him $150,000 to judge them having sex. The American Idol judge talked about the unorthodox offer Wednesday on the How to Fail podcast on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, that's noon to 2 on Saturdays.
Cal said he was approached by the couple in a restaurant for a picture, and then they made the proposition. He admits he briefly considered it. You know what? Listen, if you've got so much money that you won't get paid $150,000 to watch 2 people get it on, then you've done well in your life.
I'll do it for $150.
I'm with you, man.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll pay for $150.
Yeah.
I'll pay.
Corey will do it for Auntie Anne's.
Yeah, man.
Pretzel points.
That's right.
Hawk, you'd do it for $150,000, right?
Yeah, I'd have to go to the ATM.
No, they'd pay you.
Oh,
Right, they're not even saying you have to participate.
They
Just
would go to the
watch.
ATM.
Yeah.
For $150K, how can you turn that down?
But
ridiculous.
what if they were terrible at it too? You get I would need to be paid up front, And then you would be like, you are doing a terrible job.
I'd go like this. I'd go, 2 thumbs up. And he'd go, well, you think it's great? And I'd be like, no, use both your thumbs.
Checker oil.
Man, why would you turn that down?
I don't know.
That's insane.
He has too much.
Yeah, you don't need to.
It doesn't matter. That's a lot. I mean, Elon Musk, if you were that rich, you still 150K.
Yeah. 150.
And it should only be probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm giving him a time.
How many times did they bang him? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not funny today.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Or yesterday.
Yeah, keep that streak going.
Corey hasn't laughed at a single thing I've said.
Waiting for you to say something funny.
No.
Jeez.
God, I wish you were on the Titanic.
You know what, Sauce? I got an idea. Pull down your pants.
No, it's cold in here.
An American tourist is recovering. We talked about this yesterday. I have more information. An American tourist is recovering after serious injuries at Rome's iconic Colosseum. The 47-year-old tried to climb a fence surrounding the nearly 2,000-year-old amphitheater last week when he fell and was impaled by the fence's sharp metal bars.
Wow.
Reports say the man started screaming and losing blood until he passed out.
Yeah.
It took rescue workers around 20 minutes to remove the man from the fence before he underwent surgery. Took 80 stitches to close the wound. When I read that story, I was like, man, that's terrible. When I read that he was 47, I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Right? That's a 27-year-old thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's too old.
Way too old.
It's never too old. You're never too old to get impaled for the first time.
That's what Zach said.
Yeah.
I do. It was my yearbook quote.
Was it really?
Wow.
Wow.
You're on a watch list.
Do you remember what your actual yearbook? Because I don't think we did that in Chisago. Had yearbook quotes. We didn't do that.
It was ask because the worst they can say is no.
Amen,
That's
brother.
profound.
Yeah. Wow.
Mine just said, kiss me.
Yeah.
Sauce?
Mine was, I think it was a Dave Matthews lyric. I think it was like eat, drink, and be merry, something real dumb.
That's deep, though.
So you were just
not the
eating and
slightest
drinking
clue.
at that time.
I just followed the eating part back in high school.
Yeah.
You know what mine was? And this is serious.
No.
The three of us had a great run.
An astonishing run for the three of you.
That was close.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he didn't post the picture.
No, it was a yearbook photo.
Yeah, it was a yearbook photo. KFAN, KAVAN. Cavan?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Markwood, the 20-year-old who fell from the stands at the Pittsburgh Pirates game. Remember we watched that video of him flopping out of there and you're like, what the hell happened? Was he thrown by a ghost? He spoke out and he said the following quote, "I've broken everything." He hasn't watched the video of his 2-story fall. Yeah, you might not want to.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he survived it.
20 feet, he fell on April 30th, spoke publicly for the first time, described back and neck injuries and said, "I'm all right. I can't really sleep. I have a lot of back pain." There's a GoFundMe page for him. The update from Markwood himself comes after his sister said in a statement Monday that her brother's condition was improving. He's breathing on his own finally, able to speak and to squeeze her hand. I think when I get home, I'll just put ice on it, he told the Star Tribune, or the Tribune Review, I should say.
Robitussin.
Yeah, right. Only plunged 2 stories after having celebrated Pirates outfielder 2-run double. He gave the team the lead. More than 11,000 people in the stadium, and they fell silent as players also took a knee. He was motionless before he was rushed to the hospital. Oof. And again, he said he broke everything. Oh my gosh.
If you saw a car drive into a river and you knew it was a family of 4 and you dove in, get a couple of the kids out, maybe you go back for one of the adults and you drown. They'd say, that dude jumped into the river, icy river.
Yeah.
And man's a hero, but
that boy's a hero.
He died trying to save a family of 4.
Right.
That's heroic.
Yeah, man.
If this guy had died, they'd be like, well, what happened? It's like, well, he was celebrating a Pirates 2-run double.
Yeah.
Well said. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 month into the season.
Series?
No, it was like late April, early May.
So it was a regular season game?
Yeah, it was. It scored a run or 2, though. It was a 2-run double.
Did they win?
I don't know.
Yeah, you are correct.
I'll tell you what, though. I've been at Target Field, and those like barriers can be pretty pretty short. And it hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm waiting for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful.
All right. It's just radio for 5 people all morning long.
Oh, because
Hammer.
you should call a friend of mine. It's happened to them.
What?
So good.
Hang on. Are we talking about like serious injuries? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that. I would like to talk about the Wolves.
Oh.
Can we do that when we come back?
You're damn right, because they won. Here's Finchy on Ant's game last night.
He stayed patient. You know, they threw a bunch of different looks at him, whether they trapped him, whether they boxed and won him at one point. They switched heavy on him. They tried to send him to certain parts of the floor. I thought he did a really good job. He stayed aggressive getting downhill. Got to the free throw line a little bit. Shot the ball well when it came to him. So I thought he played a really good game offensively within the flow of what we're trying to do. He had 5 assists, but probably could have had some more.
We'll talk more about it after the break, but the series is tied at 1. But Johnny K, you got to go, man. What's up?
I got to go. Go to my website, johncreasel.com. Book me for a speaking engagement, booking into 2026 now, but we have some availability later this year. johncreasel.com. Go Wolves!
Let's go. Mark Parrish is here. Marney Gellner should be here shortly. Brian O'Neill in like 20 or 30 minutes. He'll be playing initials 1 hour from now. This is the Power Trip Morning Show.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hi, this is Javon, your Blinds.com design consultant.
Oh, wow. A real person.
Yep. I'm here to help with everything from selecting the perfect window treatments to...
Well, I've got a complicated project.
No problem. We make the complex simple. I can even help schedule a professional measure and install.
I didn't realize you did that.
We can also send you samples fast and free.
Wow. I always thought I needed a designer to come to my home, but scheduling's always a nightmare.
Not with Blinds.com. We're on your schedule. And there's no haggling, pressure, or hidden fees either.
I just might have to do more.
Whatever you need. How about you tell me what you had in mind?
Okay, then. So the first room we're looking at is for guests coming over, and I'm thinking of something...
Blinds.com has covered over 25 million windows, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Shop Blinds.com now and save up to 40% site-wide. Rules and restrictions may apply.
When it comes to Mother's Day, at Ritual, we believe in giving her flowers. But are flowers what she actually wants? We asked around, and flowers are fine, but most women would prefer science-backed gut support that never wilts. While we're at it, throw in Stress Relief, our chill pill designed with clinically studied forms of ingredients to reduce daily stress. Did we mention that all of our supplements are clean, vegan, and third-party tested for heavy metals and microbes? Because if you ask us, the thought counts, but traceable science and sourcing count more. Find your Ritual. Get what you really want this year, whether you're a mom or not, with 40% off your first month at ritual.com/podcast. That's RITUAL.com/podcast for 40% off your first month. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
On the fan.
Thank you, Paulie. Hey, welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show. And here we are, lots to get to. But, of course, the big news in sports is T-Wolves.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Thank you, All Around.
The Minnesota Timberwolves even the series last night with the Warriors by beating them 117-93. Ant went out with what looked like a horrible ankle injury, but he came back for the second half. He had 20 points. Julius had 24 and has been outstanding this playoffs. The Wolves are now minus 280 to win the series. They are 5-point favorites for tomorrow's game and minus 190 on the money line for that game. Tomorrow's game can be heard on the Fan and also is on at 7:30 on ABC.
I should turn my mic on. Hey, Parrish.
What's up?
How often in your career did something happen like in the second period?
Yeah.
Injury-wise, and you were like, well, that'll do me for like 3 months. And then they shoot you up and you're back out in the third period.
Playoffs?
Just period.
In the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Get your butt back out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the regular season, not as much. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty common occurrence. But when it comes to the playoffs, that
you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Because it did look bad last night, and you were like, "Oh no!" And then there he was in the, like a quarter later, he came back, right?
Yep, started the third.
Yeah, he started the third. And you're like, "Oh, okay, well maybe it wasn't that bad, but maybe it was that bad." They have the good stuff,
and you're not afraid. It's amazing how much as a player when it comes to that scenario too, you're not afraid of the this might get worse and worse when it comes to the playoffs. Obviously, in the regular season, you're concerned with that. In the playoffs, that's just out the window. If the tear is going to be worse or not, who cares? I'm going to have surgery. It kind of goes along that mindset.
Got it.
The Minnesota Twins have won 5 straight, and they swept the Orioles after beating them 5-2. They broke out the game in the 8th with 3 runs. The Twins are 18-20. They host the Giants starting tonight at 7:10.
Let's go.
How many wins we got to get to? 85?
Yeah.
Let's go.
They're almost back on pace, which is fine.
The bats are working.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're heating up.
And the pitching.
And the pitching.
Yep. The Capitals, Perry, even the series with the Hurricanes after beating them 3-1 last night.
Yeah, they were a little bit more desperate team. Carolina, as we discussed Wednesday, is fantastic. And their penalty kill was I believe 100% over the whole playoffs. And then so Washington then going into game 2 after not scoring on the power play, switched up their power play a little bit. They put Ovechkin up on the point as a decoy a little bit, and they snuck Jack Carlson, the D-man, back to his position, and finally to pop through on the power play on special teams against Carolina. And man, Logan Thompson, their goaltender, is playing absolutely outstanding. That is a great series right now to watch. Low scoring, which is frustrating for all you Ovechkin want to see him scorers fans out there. But that being said, it's been some great hockey.
Yeah, I mean it's the best, and you have the favorites versus the I think fan favorites, if that's okay, like Vegas favorites versus fan favorites. Capitals a very popular team right now with OV, and man, I could go either way. It's
that Connor McMichael is just he's a young sniper. It's
pronounced McDavid.
He pronounces it both ways.
Oh, you can say it both ways. That's pretty cool. What
and he can play for multiple teams too. Because this one plays for Washington.
I didn't know that was legal.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Anyway, what about Connor McMichael?
He's outstanding. He's stepped up. He's had a breakout year this season, and in the playoffs, he might just be their best player right now. Probably is their best player right now.
Oilers, excuse me. Oilers 5-4 over the Golden Knights. The Oilers lead that series 2-0. They won in overtime last night.
Absolutely amazing that they're doing this with their backup goaltender and their decor, to be honest with you, with the Klingberg and Bouchard. Is as good as Evan Bouchard is offensively, not very good defensively. First game out, they did a great job holding Vegas. Vegas only scored 2 goals, I believe, in game 1 and game 2 last night. Vegas figures everything out. They shut down McDavid. They shut down Draisaitl. Hi, Marnes. For the regular or for the first 60 minutes, and then the depth finally steps up for Edmonton until Draisaitl and McDavid can get together, win 5-4 in overtime. Absolutely incredible. I did not see this coming, but that's when you got Connor McDavid, you better score a ton of goals, and especially if they get depth scoring like this and somehow keep playing great D with their decor is a little bit shocking, but. Hey, they made it to the finals last year. Miracles can happen, especially when you have McDavid on your team.
I thought it was the other way. Perry, our Panthers are in trouble. They're down 2-0 to Toronto, but they are heavy favorites in tonight's game.
Yeah, it'll be obviously it's going to be a must-win back in Florida now. Toronto's just outstanding. The goaltending's been the difference there. Sergei Bobrovsky's been okay for Florida. He hasn't been bad, but this time of year, we're used to spectacular. He has set the bar so high that we do really expect much better goaltending than him. He's sub 900 on his goal save percentage. And then you got Joseph Wall, who stepped in for Stolars on the other side, and he's played absolutely outstanding. And they were right up there as one of the best tandems in the league, numbers wise too, with Jacob Wall, even though Anthony Stolars is out. And there's something about Toronto, man. They got some fight. There's some about this team with Craig Berube, their coach. They have an attitude. They got a style, and they're just a tough team right now.
Good luck out there. Oh, thank you. Then the Stars tonight, Mikko Rantanen goes for his third straight hat trick.
Yeah, 14 straight goals in the playoffs the team scored, and he had his hand in all of them.
Come again?
So the team scored 14 goals in a row. Mikko Rantanen had a hand in all of that, and he broke a Mario Lemieux record in the playoffs, which was 8 goals in a row. Being having an assist or scoring that goal. Mikko Rantanen had 14 back-to-back hat tricks. Game over. Colorado is still fired up at how that one worked out. They thought they got him all the way out east to Carolina, and he has come back to the Central, and he is coming back with a vengeance right now.
He's dead.
What? No, he's not. He is outstanding.
How does it affect the Stars' playoff chances?
I shocked her.
Marnie, would you like to discuss the Timberwolves win over the Golden State Warriors?
Yes,
they won last night, 117 to 93.
A much, much better game, and yet the Wolves still are not playing at their best. But that's okay because they just needed to win this game and get off to a better start. Wire-to-wire win. And the more you know about this game, the better you will be. I thought it was a really good, strong performance out of Julius Randle, who was just a few rebounds shy of a triple-double. 20 points out of Nickeil Alexander-Walker was a huge contribution because he's been struggling. Jaden McDaniels, 16 points. I mean, that was big. It just all around was, I think we all knew this Wolves team would be better, but it was like, oh, we got to see this before we can all just breathe a little bit and exhale. And we saw that much better Wolves team last night. So now we go to San Francisco for the next two.
Fight like hell.
And we're going to have to fight like H.
How about the fact is that the first two shots by the Wolves were a Jaden McDaniels 3 and a Conley 3, and they both went in, and you're like, it's 6 rip, and we've already made 2 threes, which feels like 2 more than we've made in the last 50 games combined.
Yes.
That was the exact start for a million different reasons that the Timberwolves needed, right? If it had been the inverse, that's a nightmare, right? Because then it's like, how are we blowing it to this team? This team sucks. They play 97 different players, and about 3 of them are good. That's what's crazy is Steve Kerr played, 14 guys in the first half? And that is not good. I know people can say that's depth. There's no way you have 14 guys that are capable of playing playoff basketball.
I had no idea.
And they showed that. Most of those guys should not be on the court during the postseason.
No, but I think what Kerr is doing is operating a chessboard as best he can. And he's thinking, if I give this guy 3 minutes and he gives me a couple of plays, boom, I've just pulled the right lever to just salvage something. I don't know that he did it because he thinks his team is 14 players deep.
They definitely aren't.
They are desperate.
But even start Quentin Post and you play him 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? How about his stat line? This is a great stat line for an NBA playoff start. Quentin Post, 3 minutes, no shots, no points, no rebounds, no fouls, no turnovers, plus minus -13.
That's
right. He played the 3 minutes where the Wolves got off to a 13-0 start, and I think Kerr said, what am I doing?
Yeah.
This guy shouldn't even be in, let alone starting, and he never went back in.
Dude, we were buddies.
Wow.
Kevon Looney, 3 minutes, -10. Did nothing, right? Pat Spencer, 0 for 2. Moses Moody, terrible, 0 for 5. Gary Payton, 11 minutes, 0 for 2.
All he does is win.
So, Kuminga has the game of his life, and Trace Jackson Davis got 6 for 6 when the game essentially was out of control. Mm-hmm. They're playing way too many players. None of these guys should be playing.
I'll let Steve know.
Let Steve Kerr know.
Yeah, let Steve know.
He doesn't
Bench
know what he's
guys.
doing.
He doesn't.
No.
My goodness.
Way too many players. But honestly, they don't have all those guys that I just named. Almost all those guys are bigs, except for maybe Peyton, right? Most of those guys can't handle the ball, and that's what was missing last night, Marnes, right?
Sure.
Just no true point guard.
Very, very big.
They, obviously not having Steph Curry changes a ton because he is such an important part of his team, not just a 3-point shooter. But even in the regular season, we were seeing really different substitution patterns from Steve Kerr and different guys that were playing big minutes or no minutes. And I remember this specifically because Kyle Anderson was on their team and was on their bench. And he would play, heavy minutes one game and then it'd be a DNP the next. And it wasn't because Steve Kerr was all over the place and manic. And it was just like he didn't have the team that was obvious in depth beyond probably the first, honestly, 3, maybe 4. And so everything was matchup and who's got it tonight. So he has been playing this sort of deep, not always exactly sure who's going to go on any given night lineup. Not to this extent, but without Steph Curry, that's what he feels like he has to do.
Yeah, they have quantity, not quality, right? The Wolves on paper have quality and quantity, and that's why they're going to find a way to win this series. I think the other point that the TNT crew brought up that I think is fair, Shaq and Kenny and Chuck and all those guys were basically like, why isn't Butler putting the pedal to the metal here? He's got to be an alpha. Pretty passive game for Jimmy Butler. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was somewhere in the middle, but they're like, where's the aggression? You got to dominate.
He had 17, right?
Yeah. And 6 of 13 shooting.
Kendrick Perkins called him out for that too on ESPN.
And maybe it's just that at 36-ish, he just doesn't have that every night.
Nope. They played a lot of games.
They played a lot of games. The play-in game and then 7 against Houston.
Yeah.
And he's been good.
Squishy.
But he couldn't take that one over. And maybe that's a great sign for us.
Yep.
To say, all right, let's go to San Francisco and get 2. Come home and wrap it up next week, Wednesday at home.
Yep. Love it, Marnes. Love it.
She got hammered.
Wow.
Brian O'Neill of the Vikings should be here relatively soon. Mark Parrish is here. Marnie Gellner is here. Initials at 8:15. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hi, this is Debbie, your Blinds.com design consultant.
Oh, wow. A real person.
Yep. I'm here to help you with everything from selecting the perfect window treatments to...
Well, I've got a complicated project.
No problem. We make the complex simple. And I can even help schedule a professional measure and install.
I didn't realize you did that.
Yeah. We can also send you samples, fast and free.
Wow. I always thought I needed a designer to come to my home, but scheduling's always a nightmare.
Not with Blinds.com. We're on your schedule, and there's no haggling, no pressure, no hidden fees either.
I just might have to do more.
Oh, okay. Whatever you need. How about you tell me what you had in mind?
Okay, then. So the first room we're looking at is for guests coming over.
Blinds.com has covered over 25 million windows, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Shop Blinds.com now and save up to 40% site-wide. Rules and restrictions may apply.
At Ritual, Mother's Day is kind of a big deal, and we're celebrating accordingly. Find your ritual. If mom needs a bit of stress relief, digestive support, or is looking to support glowy, smooth skin, do it today with 40% off your first month for a limited time at ritual.com/podcast. That's RITUAL.com/podcast for 40% off your first month. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Carboni's Pizzeria wants to feel your playoff party. Visit one of their 30-plus locations to enjoy delicious pizza and get ready for the playoff run. Find your nearest Carboni's today at carbonispizza.com.
Thanks, Zachary.
Thanks, Corey.
Well said.
Hi, Marnie.
Marney's here. Mark Parrish is here.
We're on the air.
Hey. Well, sorry.
I miss seeing you on TV, by the way.
Well, you ripped me, and now you're complimenting me.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. You didn't watch a lot of Wolves. You were busy.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people say that to Marney.
Yeah.
Miss seeing you on TV.
Corey, I heard you earlier reference the Michael Grady article.
Yeah.
And I have had, throughout even the season, a lot of people, Wolves fans in general, assume he's leaving. Oh, we're going to lose him to national TV. But in sports, when you get to a higher level like that, almost all of those big time guys have a team. Mike Breen, one of the biggest voices in the NBA, is still calling 60 New York Knicks games.
Okay, that's awesome. We don't want to lose him. Grady's unbelievable.
No.
He's so good.
And we won't. I mean, I can't say that forever, but right. I mean, this deal just means he may miss more Wolves games, but he did 18 ESPN games this year.
So when he misses to go do national games, is that time for Miss Marney Gellner to slide in there? Oh, hell
it has been, yes. But my point is, even doing 18 ESPN games, I didn't do 18 Wolves games because a lot of those ESPN games fell on a non-Wolves game day. So even more, I'm just trying to calm Wolves Nation, who loves Michael Grady, who is an awesome play-by-play announcer. Mm-hmm. And I have picked his brain more times than he probably cares for, trying to get tips and tricks and how do you do this and how do you prep that. So I'm just saying he is not going anywhere other than he's doing more national games and holding a prominent role and doing Wolves games. So yay, best of both worlds.
Right on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hawk was worried.
Yeah.
Was he worried that I would have to do more?
Which makes me really nervous. Does that mean I'm steering the ship back here?
No, Chris will be back. He needed to go for a quick walk because he was stressing out about Michael Grady potentially leaving. In fact, he said he will not watch the Wolves next year if Grady leaves.
He said he won't watch games Grady's also not doing as well.
Yeah.
Grady's
is that because
a nice
of who
name.
would have to be doing them?
I think so.
Yeah, Grady's got a nice.
It's good for a last name. Last name, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Grady. I feel like you could.
Yeah, like Dandelion Grady. Isn't that one of your kids'
Dandelion?
Names? Yeah, isn't that it?
Dandelion?
I mean, it's something like that.
Dandelion Grady?
I don't know. I'm not good at jokes today.
I think you're doing great.
No, you don't. You hate me.
I don't hate you.
I know you don't. I love you. Say it.
God, don't be PA and make me say it back.
Well, would you cry at my funeral?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Would you cry at my funeral?
Out of sorrow, though, right? Not
I'll do a lot of different things at your funeral.
Like?
Your dad. He's weird.
He'll be sad, though.
Yeah, but that's when he's the most turned on.
Hey, you want Raising Cane's at your funeral? Because my wife thinks I get it for free. You want me to cater?
How many grad parties are you catering?
Well, I don't think we have a lot of grads in the neighborhood this summer, so I'm not going to waste too much money. But in the next handful of years, it's going to cost me a small fortune.
Will you pay for Louis?
Ask my wife. She says it's free.
There's no Louis on his name. You know what I'm going to have at your funeral? I'm going to cater it. You know with what?
7th Avenue Pizza.
Waffle House.
Oh, that would
like it.
That'd be great.
Nice.
By the way, Sauce, for the record,
I'll bring people in.
I will absolutely mark it down. May 9th, 2025. I will absolutely cater Louis' high school graduation.
Oh.
Because it will be a miracle. If he gets there.
What are you talking about? That's mean.
I'm going to be thrilled and will absolutely give him a big hug and say, way to go, buddy.
You got to take that back. That's mean. You can't call his kid dumb. That's mean.
I didn't call his kid dumb.
Sounded like it.
No.
Sauce?
If he's smart like his two grandpas, he'll be
See, he nailed it. And his mom.
And his mom. Good luck out there.
Yeah, good luck.
I'm not smart.
All right. Brian O'Neill is here, so he should be coming up the elevator in a second, and we can do Vikings news with Brian O'Neill.
Yeah, but we need to do it right now. Is he coming up the elevator quickly, do you think?
Yeah, like any second. Yeah, Zach's on his way to go get him.
Presented by
your truck accessories pro.
So as I said a little bit earlier, the Vikings start rookie camp today, and it's open to the public. So go on down there. I think it's free as well.
You're going to go, right?
I have an apartment down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you can watch Viking stuff?
Only for that.
Oh, cool.
I share an apartment with KOC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Not the head coach, a different guy.
Oh.
Kevin, oncologist. It's a weird last name.
You need your Marney.
It's a different guy. JJ, on his health.
Overall, I feel 110% because I feel like better than, when I got hurt 8 months ago. And, just really excited to be out here with the guys again and be in the building.
Was he in here? Is he over there now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian O'Neill
Look how
joins the
big
show
he is.
right now. It's a
God,
big
Marney,
deal.
he's
What up,
taller
Brian?
than you, Marney.
I would have never thought.
He's taller than you.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because he plays offensive line. It
I
would
know.
be terrible if he was your size.
Yeah, that would be weird.
That
If he
would be
was like
terrible.
Marnie's height and he weighed 500 pounds.
Yeah. So basically me in high school.
I've got a sturdy base.
I'm not going to comment on that at all. Not at all. Slap
Very-
into base.
Have fun, Internet.
Yeah.
Brian, Marney, Brian.
Yeah, we've met.
You guys remember. Remember, she hit you last
She
year.
hit me. She hit me last year. I'm going to move the mic over here today.
Yeah, smart. Good memory.
How are you, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Did you like that Wolves game last night?
Yeah, it was good.
Did you go?
I did not go.
Oh, you did not
no.
go.
But my buddy Dante kind of found his jump shot a little bit last night.
I keep forgetting you're buddies with him, right? That's
Yeah.
right.
You went to high school with
High school.
Yeah.
High school, yeah.
Yeah. He's good, man. Really good.
He is.
Yeah.
You guys hang a lot now that he's here?
We got together like twice, but when he got here, it was kind of our playoff push. And then when I got back a couple weeks ago, it's their playoff push. So we're kind of like letting each other have some space. I've texted with his parents a little bit. But.
Right. Makes sense. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Small world, right? Super cool that it works out like that sometimes.
Yeah, it is. And then you see that Villanova commercial with him and Jalen Brunson and oranges and them like 3 times a night.
Yeah.
And now the Pope went to Villanova too, right? Didn't the Pope?
I think so, yeah.
I think I read that yesterday that he went to
He
Villanova.
wanted to be a country music star first.
Oh, he did?
He did. That was a big part of his life. Yep.
I didn't know that part.
He still does. He's
Yeah.
thinking this
Yeah.
might be his breakout role.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
This might help him get some feet in the door.
I heard that there were a rumor somewhere that there's video of him doing karaoke. Seriously.
Oh, really?
I got to believe that's a first.
What song did he sing?
I believe he sang
The Distance by Rise?
Oh, God, great song.
That
Can you
would be
imagine?
so cool for me.
That would be.
That would be pretty cool. Hey, Brian, did you were you a big basketball player?
In high school, yeah.
Yeah. Were you pretty good?
We had we had Dante DiVincenzo on our team.
Yeah. So
So that
that's what I'm
helps.
saying. Yeah, that does help.
Did you guys win a state championship?
Yeah. In Delaware, there was at the time 52 schools in the whole state. So that's like
Wow.
less schools than probably the metro area here.
But you were better than 51 of them.
Yeah, we were.
Did you lose it all?
It's like being the I can't say that.
Nice catch.
Well
Nice
done.
catch.
Yep.
How good was Dante in high school? Meaning, did people say, I bet this kid ends up in the NBA?
He was better than anybody we had seen play. And like after practice or before practice, we'd all try to like dunk the basketball, like, off 1 feet with 2 hands, like barely get over the rim. And he would throw an alley oop to himself off the backboard. And, like Jay Wright was at the old Villanova coach was at a bunch of our games. There was always coaches coming to practice and we were just like, yeah, we're going to hustle hard and try to play really good defense while Dante, puts up 30 for us.
Were you a good lacrosse player as well? Because it's noted in your Wikipedia that you were a lacrosse player.
I was not a good lacrosse player. I gave that up after my freshman year of high school.
Well, how about everybody saying Pat Spencer from the Golden State Warriors, the guy with the mustache?
Yeah.
I heard he was the LeBron James or Michael
That's what
Jordan of
they said.
lacrosse.
Really?
He's that good?
At lacrosse, he was. Yeah, he won
Really?
the Tuerton, which is like the Heisman for lacrosse at
How
Loyola.
about that? At Loyola.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And then he was the number 1 overall pick in the PLL. And then
Really?
was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to go play basketball at Northwestern for a grad year.
Incredible.
And was good enough
And
to make it
playing
to the
the
NBA.
Wow.
And right now he's ranked 3rd best overall mustache in the world.
Wow.
It's legit.
Who were the top 2?
Your dad
Yeah, true.
and your great grandpa.
Oh, wow.
Mom.
Proud of them. That was a thing back then.
That's right. Yep.
That dude probably makes more in 1 year in the NBA than he would have made in his entire lacrosse career, right? Probably a super
sure.
My
Probably
guess,
a few games.
I don't know what he's got for my guess he's got a very, very small NBA deal, but still, that's still NBA money versus lacrosse money.
Yeah.
What's the top lacrosse guy in the world make?
$16.
$16 a season?
Yeah, it's not much.
You got to
Gotta work on
unionize.
Yeah. See what you
This,
could have had, Brian, if you'd stayed in lacrosse?
What could have been?
What could have been?
His salary for this season, Pat Spencer, $438,000.
Yeah. But again, what would it have been in lacrosse? Way, way less than that.
But the Warriors can give him a qualifying offer for next year, $2.5 million.
That's more.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's not Brian O'Neill money, but whatever.
Come on.
Good to be Brian, man. Good for you. Man, you guys got a loaded roster. Everybody that's doubting your squad is like, we just don't know about the quarterback. But everything everyone says about JJ is that he's got all the intangibles, all the leadership qualities. Everyone says he's got the it factor, and now you have to protect him. Your thoughts on your quarterback?
I think he has the it factor for
Here
sure.
we go.
I will say, in the huddle the past 2 weeks, I've never seen somebody make so much direct eye contact with like the entire offense in the huddle as JJ. It's just like a small thing, but it like stuck out to me. He'll like make a point as he's saying the play call to like look at each person with like this big old smile. Like you can tell he loves it.
And confident?
And confidence,
right?
yeah. He's like in the huddle, super confident, kind of has the moxie, has like that. I mean, we're not going against the defense and it is the spring, but like, I mean, that stuck out to me in the first 2 weeks is how much he commands the huddle right away. And we have some ridiculously long play calls. Like, not ridiculously long play calls, but like a lot of words. It's very wordy, and he's not stuttered or blipped once.
Wow.
How much of the play call do you have to listen to? Like, do you know in the first 2 words what your responsibilities are, or is it the whole thing?
I have to listen to like 4 words of, maybe 3 words of 15 or 20.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
And is that at the beginning of the call as well?
It's sprinkled in.
Oh, it's sprinkled in. So you might have to listen to most of it, but you just are looking for 2 or 3 or 4 words.
Yeah, I mean, you do listen to most of it because you want to kind of know what's happening.
Sure. Yeah. I was saying, like, if it's at the beginning, you can just check out after that.
But the receivers, the tight ends who have to move around a bunch and are always in different spots, like they have to know an insane amount of information. Especially Justin Jefferson, because like how often we move him around and he's all over the field. Like the amount of information he has to know is like not quarterback level, but it's pretty darn close.
Wow.
Speaking of to know, we finally find out the schedule here on May 14th, so we're less than a week away from finding out the entire schedule. That said, we do know your schedule is ranked 5th toughest for 2025. Does that matter to you at all?
Not really. I think like whenever we're playing a team and like I call my parents, my dad's like, who are you blocking this week? And I like tell him, he's like, my mom's like, is he good? My dad's like, they're all good. They're all good. What are you talking about?
Is he good?
They're all good, and we'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, and you can't really tell, right? Because from year to year, the teams change so much these days.
Yeah, and there's so much turnover, and so many new impact players that I was just at the facility, a half hour ago, and all of our rookies were there in the building this morning. So. Everybody's got a new team. It's a new start. Coaches shift around. Players that were hurt are now healthy. Players that were healthy, knock on wood, and hopefully everybody stays healthy. But it's different teams, different players year to year.
Have you met the new rookie left guard?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, good dude?
Yeah, he's a really solid dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell he's played in some big-time football games.
Yeah.
I've always said guys who, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not a GM, but I was like guys who either went to Alabama, Michigan, or Ohio State usually come in really like in a lot better place than other schools. I mean,
he went from guard to left tackle in a championship season. How tough is that?
It's incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
So the starting left tackle gets hurt, and then they put the backup left tackle in. He gets hurt, and then the next week they're playing at Penn State against the number 3 overall pick.
Yeah,
Abdul Carter. Yeah. And he went and played left tackle, and I was like, "How was it?" He was like, "Well, we won."
Probably a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
Hey, you obviously know these games are not played on paper, but how does it feel when you hear national experts or pundits, and maybe you haven't heard this, but most people are saying the Vikings on paper now have one of the 3 or 4 or 5 best offensive lines in all of football based on the roster. It's got to make you feel pretty cool, pretty good.
I mean, there was times where they said we didn't have a really good one, and we put together a pretty good season. So, you want there to be high expectations in this league, and you want to go meet them and exceed them. So, hopefully we're here next year talking about how we were the top 2 or 3.
What's your schedule like right now, Brian? Like in terms of how ramped up are you getting? What's your rise time and go to bed time? Like what's your day to day?
I will say these Wolves game are getting pretty late.
Yeah,
Game 1 was so late.
So late.
But we're Monday through Thursday, probably like 8 to 1-ish, 8 to 12 in the facility. But you're really there till like 1 or 2 doing extra stuff. But we're up at 6:30 and then try to be in bed by like 9.
Hey, speaking of the Wolves, how about KOC sitting basically second row, right? He's like right behind Finch, right behind the Wolves bench. I wonder if he's helping out a little bit.
I don't know. I need to text him to get that ticket plug that he's got.
You know Mark Rosen? He could probably get you seats.
Oh, yeah.
He has 4 courtside seats that he pays
They're
for.
available to anyone.
Anybody.
Brian O'Neill is here. He'll play initials in like 15 minutes. We'll talk more to Brian after this about the Wolves game if he wants. The Vikings offseason. Lots to talk to Brian O'Neill about. After this on the Power 2 Morning Show on The Fan.
Okay, have you heard about this? Last year, Degree changed the formula for their Cool Rush deodorant. Their fans rebelled and wanted the old scent back. And Degree listened. That doesn't happen often.
They admitted that they effed up and are bringing the original Cool Rush scent back. And it's exactly how you remember it. Cool, crisp, and fresh. There's a reason it's the #1 men's antiperspirant. And it's back in Walmart, Target, and other stores for under $4.
So try it and see what the fuss is about. Head to your local stores to try the OG Cool Rush for yourself.
Hey, Janice Torres here.
And I'm Austin Hankwitz.
We're the hosts of Mind the Business Small Business Success Stories, produced by Ruby Studio and Intuit QuickBooks. Catch up on seasons 1 and 2 and join us for a brand new season of the podcast as we talk to small business owners about how they manage and grow their businesses with the help of platforms like Intuit QuickBooks.
Listen to Mind the Business Small Business Success Stories on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Did you know women are more likely than men to develop dry eyes, which may be due to hormonal changes during the menstrual cycle or after menopause, and the use of oral contraceptives? Give your dry, burning, or irritated eyes a daily refresh with Refresh Optive Mega 3 Lubricant Eye Drops, a preservative-free formula that provides fast-acting, lasting relief. Refresh Optive Mega 3 is safe to use as often as needed. Find Refresh online or in the eye drop aisle at all major retailers.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.